In this video, I'll break down the full workflow anyone can use to flood their calendar with qualified leads on the smallest possible budget using LinkedIn. With this same approach, we have helped generate over $128 million in pipeline, and it wasn't from having a giant sales team or a robust software stack that costs $10,000 a month. It was simply by combining the right tools and strategies when it comes to LinkedIn. So let me show you how it works. The first place to pull free leads from is your own LinkedIn presence. Anyone who views your profile, engages with your posts, or follows your company page is showing intent. They went out of their way to look at you, which already puts them ahead of any cold list you could buy, and you don't pay anything to capture these signals because LinkedIn surfaces them natively. Out of those three, profile viewers are the strongest signal to act on. Someone clicking through to your profile means something specific triggered that, wherever it was a post they saw, a mention from a friend, or an active vendor research. And the window to act on this is short, ideally within 24 hours of the view, while you're still top of mind. Now, the way we recommend handling profile viewers is to use a tool that automatically captures every viewer, qualifies them against your ICP, and cues them into an outreach campaign for you. To do this, you can use a tool like Vally. So once you connect your LinkedIn account, every profile viewer gets pulled into this feed automatically, and from there Vally scores each one against your ICP, so you can see who's actually worth reaching out to. The ones that match get queued straight into an outreach campaign with the message already written based on context from their profile. By the way, if you want to check out Vally yourself, the link is at the top of the description. Now, beyond profile viewers, the other two sources from your own LinkedIn presence are post engagers and company page followers. Anyone liking, commenting, or sharing your content is self-selecting on the topic you solve for, which gives you a built-in opener because you are following up on something they're already engaged with. Company page followers are usually earlier in the buying journey, but they cost you nothing to pull, so they fit well into a softer first touch campaign. The downside is that the supply here is capped to the size of your own audience. If your profile gets 50 views a week and your post gets 30 engagements, that's 80 leads, not 800, which is why the next set of sources we're going to cover is where most of the volume actually comes from. Every creator and competitor in your space has already built an audience full of your buyers, and LinkedIn lets you pull engagement off any public posts on the platform. Their followers, post engagers, and lead magnet commenters are all your ICP too, so the lead supply across these sources is pretty much unlimited. The first source we would pull from is competitor post engagers. Anyone liking or commenting on a competitor's content is already problem aware in your category. They've shown they care about the topic, they just haven't picked a vendor yet, which is the exact moment you want to be in their inbox. To do this, you can just go inside Vally and paste a competitor's post all, and within seconds it pulls every single person who liked or commented on that post into a list ready to be quantified and messaged the same way as your profile viewers. Now, the second source is lead magnet engagers from across the space. You've probably seen these types of posts all over LinkedIn. So when a competitor or thought leader in your space drops a free guide or playbook on LinkedIn, anyone commenting to get it is saying they have the exact problem that lead magnet solves. That is intent you can act on the same day, and one viral lead magnet post like this can pull in hundreds of qualified comments at once. And the same way Vally scrapes engagers off competitor posts, it scrapes commenters off any lead magnet post too. So you can act on this list within a day of the post going up. Moving on to the third source, which is members of relevant LinkedIn groups. People join groups around the exact problem you sell into, like sale leadership groups, RevOps groups, or category-specific communities. So the lists you can pull from there are about as targeted as it gets. And there's a way to message every member of a group directly without sending a connection request, which we'll come back to in a minute. The fourth source is LinkedIn event attendees. Anyone clicking on a LinkedIn event is showing intent on whatever the event is about, whether it's a webinar, a panel, or a launch. Find 3 or 4 relevant events a month and you've got a few hundred leads who already care about the topic with a built-in opener attached. Sales Navigator gives you 30 filters to work with, but you only really need 2 or 3 of the right ones to pull a list that actually converts. Because the point isn't to pull bigger lists, it's to pull lists where every person on them has a reason to be talking to you right now. The first filter we see producing the best leads is job changes in the last 90 days. People who just moved into a new role are evaluating their tech stack and looking for quick wins, and their leadership wants to see them make changes that show they are the right hire. That makes them roughly 3 times more likely to buy than someone who's been in the same role for 2 years, according to our data. The second filter I like to use is headcount growth above 33%. Companies growing this fast are running into new problems faster than they can solve them, which usually means they have the budget to spend and the urgency to spend it now. The third is posted on LinkedIn in the last 30 days. Active users are way easier to personalize on because their recent content gives you something to use for the message, and they are more likely to engage with you back since they are already showing up on the platform. Moving on to the fourth, which is content keywords. You can run a keyword search to find people actively posting about the problem your product solves, which means they are telling you in their own profile that they care about it. So if someone's posting this week about deliverability issues and you sell cold email infrastructure, that's someone actively dealing with the problem you fix right now. And the fifth and final filter is company page followers. It's the same idea as your own followers, except you can layer this on top of any company in Sales Navigator, including competitors. So you can pull every person who follows a competitor's company page and run a list against that segment alone. The difference between a list built on these filters and a basic Sales Nav search is night and day. A broad search with no filters applied might give you 50,000 names with no way of knowing which ones are actually worth your time. But filtering for active posters who've changed jobs in the last 90 days at a company, growing 33%, might give you 800 names, and every single one actually has a reason to be talking to you. Now, all of this only works if you can actually message these leads at scale. But LinkedIn just dropped paid email credits from 800 a month to 100. Which means a lot of volume-based tools just lost most of their reach. But don't worry, the good news is there are 3 ways around this that get you back to over 1,000 messages a month without paying for extra credits. The first is the open profile loophole. Any premium or Sales Nav user can turn on a setting called open profile, which lets anyone message them for free, and most premium users have it on. That means on top of your 100 paid emails, you can send up to 800 free emails a month to open profiles with no credit cost at all. Inside Sales Nav, you would apply the open profile filter to your search, so the only leads that come back are the ones you can message for free. From there, Valley takes that list and routes every open profile through the free email path automatically, so your 100 paid credits stay reserved for people you actually need to spend them on. The other 2 are LinkedIn groups and LinkedIn events. Once you are a member of a group or registered for an event, you can DM members and attendees directly through the networking tab without ever sending a connection request. Put it all together and you are at over 1,000 messages a month from a single LinkedIn account at reply rates between 9 and 16% on emails alone. So if you want to run this exact workflow without doing the scraping, qualifying, and messaging by hand, book a demo with Valley by clicking the first link in the description. We'll walk you through how you can capture every list source we just covered, score them against your ICP, and turn them into personalized LinkedIn outreach automatically. So again, click that first link below to book your demo. And if you want to see exactly what you should do if you're starting LinkedIn outreach right now, then check out this video next.